Mountain Equal first started 16 years ago, people kept saying, you know, why do you have to call out lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender? Why don't you just, let's just talk about diversity. And then nobody, you know, we're not going to discriminate. But it was interesting in the early years, you know, we would go around and we call them our Building Bridges training programs. And I would meet diversity professionals that could not say the word lesbian, you know, and led diversity trainings and LGBT diversity trainings where people would come in at the back of and sit at the back of the room with their arms folded, and they're like, I am not interested in this topic at all. But little by little, I think people really began to get it that, again, if people are putting their energy into hiding who they are, then they're not putting that same energy into their career, into their jobs, and into making the company a better place for everyone. You know, studies have shown us that 50% of people are out of work, which means that 50% are still in the closet. And we're dealing, you know, with so many complexities here in the United States, where there is no, as we all know, federal law to protect the LGBT community at work, which means that in 29 states we can still be fired simply for being gay. And of course, with marriage equality legal in a number of states, and at the same time, there's still statewide marriage or defensive marriage acts in place in way too many states in the country. And of course, the global landscape is even more complicated. I think there's a global slide up here somewhere. There it is. We live in an interesting time when same-sex couples can be married in 16 countries around the world, and homosexuality is still a crime in 76 countries in the world. And then you layer on to that, in Spain, you know, you can be legally married, but people just are not out at work, which is very interesting. I was just in Italy a couple of weeks ago, and I'm working with a colleague there that's doing similar work that we're doing here with Mountain Equal. And he was in a meeting with a couple of executives at a very large Italian company, and he said he wanted to talk about LGBT and lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender employees, and the executive said, don't worry, we don't have those people here. So we still have a lot of work to do, both here in the United States and around the globe. And I think that conversations like the one that we're having here today is so important. And continuing the movement toward LGBT equality. And for those of you who are just starting in your career, you really are the future. You really are the face of the future in workplace equality. And so I want to support you as you endeavor to continue to make changes in the workplace for LGBT people. So we want to continue to help you be successful. One of the things that we offer is an LGBT career link, which is, I've got postcards, I've got a few things in the back table that I want to make sure that you get copies of. You can also access a lot of these resources on our website at mountainequal.org. But LGBT Career Link is a great resource, a free resource for job seekers. It connects LGBT candidates with diversity employers. And you can find companies who are specifically looking to recruit within the LGBT community, and also find tips on how to refine your resume and answer those big questions about whether or not to come out in your interview, etc. We've also developed 20 steps to an out and equal workplace, and I won't go through every one of the 20 steps, but I've got some bookmarks for you to take a look at, and to be able to know what you're looking for, to know whether a company is out and equal, and also to, once you're inside the company or inside the workplace, you can start helping your HR directors and diversity professionals there go through the list to make sure that you can check off all the things that really make a workplace safe and equitable for our community. Now, the truth is that companies really have an ongoing war for talent, and so having an inclusive workplace really allows them to recruit and retain the brightest and best employees. I have a niece who just started her career, and very proud of her. In her very first job interview as a budding engineer, just out of graduate school, she asked very kind of, just matter-of-factly what their LGBT non-discrimination policies were, and as they offered domestic partner benefits. I was so proud of her. So often I think it's people in your generation, the new arrivals in the workforce, that are really asking and even demanding that that there is equality for you and your coworkers. And I think this generation expects that all employees will be provided the same respect and benefits. Employees and companies are struggling with all of these very important conversations and questions, both around the United States and around the globe. And one of the biggest resources that we provide is our biggest event every year, is the Out Equal Workplace Summit. Has anyone been to an Out Equal Workplace Summit? Great, fabulous. Well, I'd like to, it's actually coming up at the end of next month, October 28th through the 31st in Minneapolis. So if you're here in the middle of the country, it's not too far away. But it brings together 2,600 of our closest friends together from about 30 countries to really talk about and move forward the conversation about LGBT workplace equality. And I'd like to personally invite all of you to join us. And I actually have a little highlights video that I just want to share with you. Ronnie's going to pull up for us.